Hello, math class 221B. We are group 6. This is our lesson 5 meeting. We're going to start with part 2, question 6. The mean of all quantitative scores on the GRE is 150.8 with a standard deviation of 8.8. A is pretty straightforward, just putting those numbers in this correct spot.
Yep. Just basically copying down.
Yeah.
The question.
Easiest question in the world.
Yeah.
All right. B, what proportion of people who take the quantitative portion of the GRE will score above 165?
Okay.
This one was tricky.
So
let's see.
I can kind of explain how I went, or one of you can, and then we'll see. I got the right answer. It took me a couple tries, but I think I figured it out.
So the first thing you have to do is find a z-score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all know how to do that, that you take the 165, subtract the mean, and divide that by the standard deviation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so that got us, I forgot what the z-score was.
It's like 1.61 something.
Yeah.
From there, though, it was a little trickier.
I think from there, all you do is you enter the z-score into the applet.
Okay. I never actually got the applet to work. I couldn't figure out how to do it until you explained, like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So if I put 1.61 whatever in there, it comes out as 0.0533.
Yeah. That matches the key because I couldn't figure the rest out, so I pulled it from the prep key. But yeah, I think I just did figure out the applet.
So make sure though you take the number, you take the z-score that's positive, so the one that matches, and then you highlight the after the line because you want everything greater than that point. And so
yeah.
That was the part I didn't understand. So I'm glad. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, no problem.
Someone want to read C?
Yep. If a student's score is in the 10th percentile, what would their corresponding z-score be? So I like this one. This one's pretty easy. You just type in the 10th percentile.
Yeah, so 0.1, and then everything less than that.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey, I'm late.
You're fine. How did you do on this stuff?
Not too well. It's kind of confusing to me.
All right, let's go back 2 questions and to review for him. That okay with you guys?
Yeah, no problem.
So,
you guys start at 2 or you start earlier?
We had mentioned to start earlier, like at 1:30, and apparently you must not have gotten the text. I'm sorry.
So
we didn't start till 2 though.
Yeah, so we just barely started.
Sorry about that.
That's no problem. So 6, we did the A is fairly straightforward. It's simply putting numbers they give you into the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You get that, Center? All right. And then we just talked about B. What you have to do is find a z-score first. As I explained, it's you take the number they give you, X, so 165. You subtract and I don't know how to pronounce these variables. They're Greek letters. But you subtract the mean and divide it by the standard deviation.
So you take, it'd be 165 minus 150.8, and then all of that divided by 8.8, and that'll give you the z-score.
And then Camden explained that what you have to do to get the proportion probability stuff is take the z-score into the applet they gave you on the link and announcements, and then do you put it in the left box or the right box?
You put it in the right one because it's going to be positive.
Yeah. All right.
And then it'll give you the answer up in where it says area up at the top.
Yep.
But you have to make sure you highlight, like I was explaining earlier, make sure you highlight the part after the line because you want everything that's greater than that number.
So we just were talking about number C. If a student scores in 10 percentile, this was basically you Can you explain this again, Davis? Sorry.
Yeah. So
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I was just saying, and I only have a question on this one. Just I know you put in the area you put 0.1, which would be the 10th, like representing the 10th percentile. But I don't know if you're supposed to highlight anything in particular or no.
Not necessarily, because you're just taking the 10th percentile, which is going to be the left line, the left z-score, because it's going to give you here the 10th percentile and the 90th percentile. So negative 1 point, or I think something like that.
It should be negative 1.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you basically you're going to enter in the area. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think.
So it's not positive 1.2, it's negative.
Yeah, it's negative.
How do you know that it's the negative, not the positive? Because I'm seeing both.
It's not above 50 percentile, right?
Yeah, because you're going to want, you know it's the 10th percentile, so you know it's going to be the lesser one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that went right over my head. Yep, you're absolutely okay.
Because I put the other one too, and then I looked at the answers and I was like, wait, why is it negative? And so I just kind of realized that.
So if it's in the 70th percentile, then it would be the positive number.
Well, part of what you got to remember is the z-score is a deviation from the amount of standard deviation you are from the mean. And so if 50 percentile is the mean and 25th percentile is Q1, anything below the 50 percentile has to be negative, because you are that many standard deviation below the mean. Anything above has to be positive. I think that's right. Is that right?
Yeah. So actually, I'm just experimenting here. If you put in 0.1 at the top, which is 10%, the 10th percentile, it highlights below negative 1.28. But if you put 0.9, which is the 90th percentile, it highlights below 1.28, so the positive one. So I guess that's how you can figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is what area is highlighted, and then you take from that line.
Okay. Camden, you want to read D?
See, what is the quantitative GRE score for a student who scores at the 10th percentile? Okay.
This one I had to pull from the prep key. I never did figure out how to do that. Did you did?
Working it backwards.
Yeah. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take, so you know the z-score, right?
Yeah.
Of the 10th percentile. So that's negative 1.282.
And we know the standard deviation.
Yeah, you put that into the z-score equation. So you put negative 1.282 equals x, because you're trying to find x.
Yeah.
Minus the standard deviation, which is 150.8. And then over 8.8, or not the standard deviation, sorry, the mean, and then over the standard deviation.
Yeah.
So that's going to be x. And that's your answer.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. I've never been good at counter finding stuff, like the reverse stuff.
Sure.
And then the answer I think was 140 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Work that out real quick.
You want to wait for you or keep moving on?
You can keep going.
The mean speed of hydrogen at room temperature is 1,800. Is that meters per second?
Yeah, looks like it.
With a standard deviation of 600 meters per second. The first A is again what the A1, the last one is putting in the number. So we'll skip that. B, what the probability that a random selected particle has a speed over 250 meters per second. So for this, what you do is sort of like we did the other ones. You're looking for your X is 250, or
2,500.
Yeah, 25. And then you have your mean and your standard deviation. You put that in. That will give you the Z-score. And was there probability to Z-score, or did you have to put that into the area?
That Z-score is going to be the Z-score for that number for 2,500.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to put that here into the applet
Okay.
at the z-score number, and then you're going to highlight everything that's above that z-score because you want, and then the area of that will be the probability.
All right.
Okay.
So someone wants, if we want to work that out, it's pretty simple here. So 2,500, just make sure we're right here. Minus 1,500 equals divided by 600 is 1.166. So then if we put that into the z-score here, highlight everything above, that gives us 0.128 or 1218. It says 1216 here, but
yeah,
just rounding differences. So
yeah. All right. Yeah, I clearly did not understand that applet, but I think I do now. Thanks.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, what did you guys get back on 6D?
6D.
D. Let me pull.
Yes. Or D as in dog.
D.
B. Okay.
D is 140. So the quantitative GRE score for a student who scored in the 10th percentile is 140 is what I got.
Okay, yeah, 139.536. Exactly. Yep, perfect. Okay. Just want to make sure I did that right.
I think because I rounded it like back 3 decimal places or whatever, and then I looked at the answer key and they rounded it up to 140. So I was just like, whatever.
Okay.
I think it's safe. I think if you put it as a 3 decimal place, it will be safe no matter how you do it. But I know oftentimes when they want it rounded to a whole number, they'll say so. So.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. We are on C, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was it probably a selected power with speed that less than? This is about the same thing as the other one, just different number. This essentially the very end, instead of highlighting over, you put everything below it.
Exactly.
That's not bad. Then D, same thing. You find the z-score for 1,500 and highlight everything below that.
Yep.
Yep.
Do we need to go over that, or that sounds good?
It's good with me.
All right.
Yep.
E is a little tricky. You basically take your 2 z-scores and then you put them into your boxes on the bottom, and that will give you the area.
Yeah. So exactly what you want to do is like you find 2,500, get everything below it, so you get that probability, and then you find 1,500, which we already found. The 2 of those. Find everything below that. That'll give you your area. And then you're going to subtract the bigger or the smaller one from the bigger one. And that's.
Couldn't you also put the z-score for 2,500 and 1,500 in the area ranges?
Area ranges.
You do what I'm saying? Or is it not the vocabulary?
Yeah, no, that. Huh.
Cause they have like a Z left and a Z right, and I'm wondering if you could just put them both in there and highlight everything in the middle.
I don't know. So the thing, what I got from the reading, here it says like calculate or assessing. No, where is it at? Finding the probability between two values. So basically, what it says is you take the 2 z-scores, you put them in separately. And then you take the area from the left of each of the z-scores and subtract the small one from the larger one.
All right,
reading.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I think that makes sense what you're saying. So you take the area, and that'll essentially give you the z-score. If you already have the area, then you can just subtract the 2. Really.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking if you have like 2 z-scores, instead of finding the area, you can just essentially plug both z-scores in and just put everything in between. Because it might, depending on what variables you get, but we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now.
What was that?
I'm doing that right now. I just got the 2 z-scores, and I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
It's just sort of a question, because I know sometimes they'll give you z-scores and you have to find stuff with those.
So are you saying to put the 2 z-scores in and then select the middle section?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's correct or not. I just want to find out.
So you take the 2, you put a z-score in, and you take everything from the left. You take just 1 z-score.
Okay.
So let's say we take the z-score from 2,500, select everything left of that, and then you write down that area up to the top. And then you do the same thing for 1,500. So you put that z-score in, take everything from the left, find the area, and then you're going to subtract the smaller area from the larger area. So technically, we already have the answer because we have from D, we have everything left, or C, we have everything left of 2,500.
Yeah.
We have everything left of 1,500. So technically, you just subtract the two of those. And
All right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was just getting confused on that. Sorry.
No, I don't know. Does that make sense to everyone? Like, that's how I got the answer.
In terms of geometry, yes, because if you are subtracting the 15 area from the 25 area, all you have left is that remaining 1,000.
The remaining area.
What did you end up getting on that one?
0.5698. Depending on how you round, like there's one time I did it and I got 0.5704. One time 0.5698. So it's just
A lot of those problems come from truncating when you're doing it with a calculator.
yeah.
So 1.16 is one of the z-scores that I got.
Yeah, and so then you're gonna put that into the applet and get the area. So you're gonna subtract the areas from each other, not the z-scores.
So essentially, you take you got these two z-scores that we then plug into the.
I wish it would make it so much easier if we were all together and we could do it out on paper. Like
Yeah.
it's so much easier.
I agree.
Come over to Texas. It's nice and warm here.
I'd be down for that. Oh, here in Idaho. Actually, this one is not that bad, but
Yeah, we actually had an ice storm the other day here in Texas.
wow.
Like it's our first since the Super Bowl, like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So 8. Basically, I'm gonna pull up the plot, and then we will talk about why it's not and stuff.
Did we F yet? 6 or 7.
Oh
F?
no, we didn't. Sorry, didn't for point out.
Because that one kind of confused me. I felt like.
So this one I think is the same thing as what you did on a C of 6. So you get the z-score and then you find the area for that.
Or, actually, because it's the third quartile, you know it's going to be 75%.
Yeah.
You put in 0.75 for the area. You're right. Put in 0.75 for the area and then take everything below that.
Yeah.
Should be the answer.
Oh, good. I got the F. I'm sorry. I got the last one. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. Sorry for interrupting.
So we good for going to 8?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. So I'll pull these up right here. So plot A. The book says it's not normal. Is it that from what I get, that it's supposed to be as linear as possible?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's not normal because you kind of see it's like an S shape.
Yeah.
Definitely like curves.
And so I'm just going to jump to C real quick and show you what a normal one looks like. This is C, and they say it's normal. And there's very little variation, like outliers. You get, like the one right above it, B, you have these outliers out here and this sort of kind of wormy shape.
Yeah. Like it starts like low and then kind of goes up, follows the line, and then drops off again.
Yeah.
So,
So we looked at C. D is also normal because, again, it's a fairly straight line. You have outliers, but they're at the end, and so it's not considered.
Mhm.
What we're really looking for is this cluster right here to be a linear.
uh-huh.
And it will never be completely linear, but
Minimal outliers is what you're looking for.
yeah.
Was E normal or not normal?
E right here, this one is not normal because you have this curve and then it jumps out here.
Okay.
And so part of the problem is you got this jump right here, and you have an almost, it's not as bad as the, let's see, you look at B, you get A, you get the major S shape. It's easy to see. E has an S shape, so we're not here, but it's hard to tell because the middle is pretty linear. But if you look at it, it's sort of a diagonal linear. Right? You're looking for linear around the line.
Okay.
And then F, also, it's squiggly, but it's centered around the line. So I think what they're looking for is that line you have there is what is like the perfect. If everything is perfect in this world, it would be exactly that line.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense?
I think so.
Good to me.
All right.
Let's do this quiz.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun.
Let me pull this up real quick.
I have so many tabs up right now.
I have like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys also like listen to music and multitask when you do homework? I feel like I can't do homework unless I have like rock music on.
Sometimes. Just depends on.
I'm horrible at
Oh no, not homework quiz, group meeting quiz.
This. All right, you ready to start?
Yeah, mine's just loading. It's taking forever.
All right, we can do it off mine. I'll leave it up for a bit.
All right, no, we're good.
All right. So the first question number we have to answer, they're not individual, is 3. I believe this is in a reading. It said the total area in a normal distribution curve must be 1.
Mine's just loading right now. Sorry.
Very good. Yeah, no, I think I agree. I agree with you. It said something about. I have it written down here.
Well, because the total, essentially, the picture
Yes.
is a total area under that curve is your probability, and
Yes,
so the probability can't be lower than 0 or higher than 1.
You're right. Yeah. Makes sense.
I believe a normal distribution curve is not allowed to drop below the x-axis, correct?
Right, that's true, because it can't be negative.
Yeah.
So that's false.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Everyone on 5 then?
Yeah.
I think that's straightforward. Should be true.
Yep.
All right.
All righty.
Which following elements of the figure represents the z-score?
C, right?
C. Yep. C is
Yeah.
the score.
All right. So I'm gonna leave the picture up. You tell me the question.
All right. So 7 is which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1?
B?
Yeah, I want to think that's right.
Which of the following the probability of that the z-score will be greater than 1? Yeah, it's weirdly worded, I think.
Yeah. It's just kind of confusing.
Okay, someone else want to read 8?
That was weird. According to the 68, 95, 99.7% rule, what percentage of the data from a bell-shaped distribution will be within 1 standard deviation of the mean? So it's 68.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we have to write it in a decimal, right?
0.68.
So 0.68, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that one I already did the homework and I got that wrong the first time. I actually got a lot of it wrong because I wrote it as positive whole numbers.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh wait, never mind. Let's try to get it. That's a better score. All right. So I have a normal applet up here. I'm gonna pop that into saying you guys tell me what to put in.
So what proportion of the z-scores will be? Wait, well, hold on. Suppose that the z-scores come from the standard. Are we on 9? Is that what we're
Yeah,
on?
9.
Suppose that the z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the normal probability applet to answer the question. What proportion of z-scores will be between -1 and 1? Give your answer as a decimal.
Is it this? I showed the picture up. Are you all seeing the picture?
Yeah.
Is that the right area?
So yeah, so what it's asking what would be between what area between 1 and -1? Yeah, that would be right.
Yep. So it's
0.683.
And significance of this number is this is the 68 quartile. This is part of this the 68 rule. What you're looking at right there is everything within everything right here is within 1 quartile of that. So that is, it should be, if it's the standard number, so 1, 1, -1, that is 68. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. That is.
Yeah.
That's where they get the rule from. All right, so I'm gonna change this up. Someone want to read it while I do this?
I can read that. Suppose that z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the normal probability applet to answer the question. What proportion of z-scores will be between -2 and 2?
It's kind of funny because it's actually following the rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what was the exact number?
I got it. I'm pulling it up.
Or so 0.956.
I'm getting 0.95.
I got this.
Wow.
So I'm getting so 0.955. That's right?
That's what I'm getting. Yep.
Yes. 0.955. That is right.
All right, and this last one, I'm gonna take a big guess. It should be point. I want to try something. I just want to try something. Give me 1 sec. I'm putting 0.98 points. That's right. 0.9. See if that pulls up. It's gonna pull up.
That's funny. Yeah, I see why you're doing that.
It's not correct. I'll have to pull it up on here. I just wanted to see if that was
9973.
So
0.997.
7.
3. Yeah, I did. I entered the wrong number. I should have put a 99.7. All right, but yeah, that's interesting. If you do it backwards, you. All right, then 12. I think we already talked about that.
Yep. So this is the first one.
Yeah.
It's the values match 68, 95, 99.7.
Yeah.
Someone want to read the big info box for the next sections of questions?
Oh yeah. Use the following. Okay. So the amount of protein that an individual must consume is different for every person. There are solid theoretical ideas that suggest that the protein requirement will be normally distributed in the population of the United States. The protein requirement is given in terms of the number of grams of good quality protein that must be consumed each day per kilogram body of weight. Oh boy. Gee.
Don't worry about it. Just keep.
The population mean protein requirement for adult is 0.65 grams. Grams. Okay, and the population standard deviation is 0.7 grams.
Okay.
So, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 0.6?
All right. So I'm going to take a crack at this and say we're going to use our z-score formula and then put it into the applet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're going to take the 0.60 because that's the number we're trying to find the z-score for.
Yeah.
And subtract that by the mean, which is 0.65.
Divide it by 0.07.
Yep. You want to do that?
So I got a z-score of -0.714. That sound right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have 0.714. Okay.
And we're looking for the area, everything under that, right?
What proportion of the population less than? Yes.
So does this look right in my applet?
Let me look here. Negative 0.714. Yeah, that looks right.
All right. I'm getting 0.23. I'm going to put that at 8 because it rounds up.
Zero point 238.
0.238, yep.
All right, so this one, the second one, 14, I think all I have to do is change what I'm doing the area of, correct?
Yeah, just change to above.
All right.
So 0.762.
Yeah. All right, 15, we're going to have to find a different z-score. You want to all do that individually, and then we can combine and see what our answer is?
Sure.
So did you guys notice something interesting about this?
It's the exact opposite. Or it's the
different line, yeah.
It's just the positive.
All right, so this is interesting. You think I'm getting the same number as our last question? That look right?
It should be the same, yeah. Yeah, it sounds.
I got 762, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
So so looking at my applet, would this be what I'm looking for, or do I need to do the whole subtracting thing?
Oh, the whole thing, because you're looking for everything that's below that number.
Okay, so take this number and subtract this number, correct?
Sorry, what was that?
All right, look at my output for a sec. This is a number we got for that. Do I just take this and subtract this right here?
No, the whole thing, because you're taking it from that second line, from 0.714, and everything below that.
So it's 0.762.
Yeah, so it should be the same.
That's okay. So what do you guys get the answer? I'm still a little confused.
I'm still confused too.
Wait, because you're confused on 15?
16.
Oh, 16. Sorry, I haven't even started that one yet.
Okay, sorry, I just jumping ahead.
But basically,
so now you're subtracting the two.
It's gonna be 0, right? No, yeah. No, it's not. I'm totally wrong.
All right, so 70 is what we had, the 0.714, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to write this down. It's the 0.762. And we're subtracting the z-score we got for 60 earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the z-score. So you're going to take, for the 0.60, the z-score was negative 7.14.
Yeah. So are you subtracting a positive 0.762? All right, I'm confused.
Oh, negative 7.164. Why are you doing that to me?
Camden?
Yeah.
Or sorry, Davis?
Yeah.
Can you see if you can share your screen?
Hold on. I'm not figuring this out here. Just 1 second.
Oh, that's no problem.
764. Okay, so how do I share my screen?
You go to the left. You drag onto the left side. There is a thing, or you see a bunch of options.
On the left side of the screen.
So you have the Google Hangout screen. Slide up to the left. There should be like a control room, cameraman, and the second from the bottom, second from the top, share screen. See that?
Yes. Just 1 second. Oh, it's asking me to. It's not letting me. Wait, are you guys seeing it?
We see your screen. You're just on the wrong page.
Okay, you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the z-score from 0.7, right? And that was 0.714. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so 0.714. And so then we're going to take the area. So the probability that a score is going to land less than 0.714. 0.762. And then, we're going to take everything less than the other one. So we're trying to find the z-score for 0.60, which we found was the negative 0.714. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then you're just that's now going to negative 0.714 over here. And so you're going to have that area for the probability. So that's 0.23. And then you're going to subtract that from 0.762.
So do we need to round in the like the area? Do we need to round that to 8 and put that in? And would that change the z-scores?
Yeah, like rounding differences will change it a little bit. So they tell us just to round to 3 decimal places.
So I have a question. If you click on just the middle area, is that what we're looking for, or is it not?
If we click on what?
So unclick the blue area.
Okay.
And click on the center area.
Okay.
Is that what we're looking for? Because I'm just wondering because
yes, for this question that works.
Because they're the same z-score.
Yeah.
But on other ones it won't work because most of the time they're not going to be
exactly.
All right, that's what I was confused on earlier, but that kind of solved it.
Yeah. So yeah, typically you're not going to have one that's 0.714 and negative 0.714. So that's how you're going to have to do it. How I showed you.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, like it's
I see what you guys are saying.
Yeah. But for this one,
but we just did it manually, but you shouldn't be able to do it the easy way like that.
Yeah. You should have to do it the long way like I did earlier.
Okay.
So 0.525.
Yeah, what did I?
Yeah, that's right.
0.525, yeah. How do I unshare my screen now? Oh.
It should be the top and said stop.
It should be what?
At the top of your Google Hangout screen, there should be a white button and it should say stop.
Is that in Romanian, dude?
Yeah, it's in Romanian.
If it's not there, you can click share screen again and it should undo it.
There we go.
All right.
So 15 is 0.525.
Yeah, 0.525.
And then 17 says find the 35th percentile for the protein requirement for adults.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
The 35th percentile?
Yeah, so will you put in the area then, 0.35, what I'm doing?
Yes. See, I'm confused now.
So it's find the 35th percentile. So it's basically just the z-score, the negative z-score, right?
Would it be the negative z-score or the positive z-score?
I'm thinking negative because it's below 50.
See, I'm opposite of you guys. I'm thinking the positive one.
Well, we have 2 shots at this quiz, so.
I guess here, let me go. What's yeah. It's gonna be the positive. It's gonna be the right one.
Okay.
So 0.454, I think is what it's saying.
Okay. Is there a reasoning for that?
I just did 50.
Why would it be positive?
I found what the 50% one was.
Okay.
And it was, so just type in 0.5 right there.
Okay, yeah. 1 second.
It takes you to 0.674. And so like I figure, 35th percentile isn't going to be way below that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be negative.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be that positive one. Plus, I think when we figured it out earlier, when we did this, it was highlighting everything below that number. And so technically, if it's highlighting below, then it would be the right one, the positive one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah, this lesson's been a little conflicting. I am sure we're not the only group to have trouble.
Hey, Brooks, just remember to round it to the 3rd decimal, so it should be 454.454.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. ADF.
Percentile for the protein requirement.
So 0.
So it's 0.8.
I'm in trouble getting to enter.
Wait, hold on, guys. So for 17, we're not finding the z-score. We're finding the actual number. So what
okay.
we do is take that z-score and enter it into our equation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, that's not the answer they want. Like that's so 0.5454 equals x minus the mean, which is
the mean?
0.65 over
the mean itself. So I got the interest up here. So this is the point.
.68
for the final answer.
No, I was the one that we had messed up on.
Yeah, just hold on. I haven't gotten that yet. X minus. Wait, hold up. Math is not my thing.
So to find that z-score, are you using the output to find the percentile?
Wait, what was that?
So how do we get Which z-score are we using, I'm guessing?
So, yeah, we're going to do the positive z-score since that's the 35th percentile on the one before. On
Okay.
7. And then we're going to enter that z-score into our equation. So our equation is going to look like 454 equals x minus 0.65 over 0.07. And then you're going to figure that out.
When I just did that, I got 0.682.
That's 682, yeah. Yep, that's what I got.
So that would be for number, let me see.
17, correct?
Yes. Okay, and that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that clicked with.
Because it's slightly below the median, or the mean. So which would be about the 35th percentile, I would assume.
What was the mean again?
The mean was 0.65.
So what did you get for 17 then?
0.682.
682.
Okay.
And then once everyone's moved on with that, 18 is going to be pretty much the same, but we're going to do it for the 80th percentile.
Okay.
So we can all do it on our own, and then see what we all get.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have the answer.
I'm still a little confused on the process for this.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put the 80, you're going to put 0.8 into the applet.
All right.
And then you're going to get that top z-score, so which is 1.282, right?
All right.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that number, and that's your z-score, right? So you're going to put 1.282, and you're going to put it into the equation to find.
All right. That's what I was confused on, how I was getting the z-score, but that makes sense now.
And then so your equation will look like 1.282 equals x minus 0.65 over 0.07.
So I got 0.739.
Yeah, I rounded it to 740. I don't know if
Yeah, 0.740, definitely.
For that equation, what was the mean again? I thought the mean was 0.525, right?
The mean was 0.65.
Yeah, so I also got 0.740. That helped a lot, Davis.
And Spencer, does that make so? Where were you getting that number for the median or the mean?
I thought 16.
So the mean, it just shows up at the top like forever ago.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Maybe the
It's
number.
in front of question 13. There is a bunch of information, and so the mean is right here.
0.65, and then the standard deviation. So the equation is pretty simple. It's just x minus the mean over the standard deviation equals the z-score.
Oh, okay.
So we have the z-score, you reverse equate it essentially, or just plug in for a different value. See, we're now getting algebra and statistics. It's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, dude, I'm already taking an algebra class right now. I'm not.
At least it's super basic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
What'd you get?
Not there.
All right. I missed one, which is our standard deviation thing here.
What did you have for it?
I think I put the wrong answer in.
Wait, so number 8.
Yeah.
Let me see what I got for 8. 0.68.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to be technically 0.683?
That would, okay. Because that's the only one I missed. Oh, no, wait, we missed the 35th and 80th percentile questions.
Missed the what ones?
Look at my screen.
It's probably just rounding, and like the rounding was screwed up, especially on the second one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm fine with an 85, so.
Well, I guess I could try to resubmit the first one to see.
0.682. I don't understand how we got those wrong because like we did everything right.
Yeah. It's also possible that I would think that they would have some sort of like rounding calculation saying when they put an answer, so within this range it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is 16 correct?
Yeah, 16 is correct.
Well, yeah, well, decimal places there. Wow, that's weird. And it's saying that was correct. Hey, that's good.
So I'm not going to take this again at this point. I might try later, but can I close this page or want me to leave it up for a sec?
Go ahead and close it.
All right.
And it wasn't.
So the ones that we got wrong was 8 and
I got 8 wrong. It was not 0.68.
And it wasn't 0.683.
Wow. Okay. Was 8 asking about some? I feel like we were misreading the question.
No, I think that's right. I mean, like that has to be right.
Yeah, no,
I just tried reworking it, and I'm getting the same thing, so I don't know what the deal is.
Well, it's like, and the problem with 17 and 18, I feel like there may be a computer. I don't want to blame computer error because most of the time there's not, but I feel like maybe there's a rounding computer error. Because I would think that when you create an answer sheet for this, you would give a little bit of room for rounding.
Well,
right.
I can email the professor too, because especially with the
8,
that has to be right. And so I'll email the professor and see what's up and see.
All right, yeah, if you'll take care of that.
Hey, would you mind just carbon copying in that one?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, if you could, your blind cross copier is playing cross copy all 3 of us on that.
On the email?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I'll do that.
Thanks, dude.
Yep, no problem.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close off broadcast and put this up on discussion board, and then we